This is Faizan Azim, and here's my quick first impressions of the all-new 2024 Jaguar Land Rover Range Rover Velar. This car was introduced in the February of this year, but was only unveiled in India in the September, which means it was unveiled last month. And this comes at a price range of about £54,000 in the UK and £124,000 in India. Okay. This car was designed under the leadership of Anthony, who's now replaced Julian Thompson as the new Chief Design Officer of the brand. Don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful car to look at. It's a different design though. JLR is heading towards a all-new design, and that's what they call it. Although there are very few changes in the exterior, the interior is completely different. So the color that we see here is their signature black that they're calling Satrini Black this year. So this is in Satrini Black, and you know the love I have for black cars. Pretty well designed. This is an all-new platform for them, and I'll be talking about the platform as well. So this is pretty sleek, if you ask me. The platform that they've built in is called the AI D8 platform, which means it's sharing its platform with the Jaguar F-Pace. So this is pretty well dimensioned, right? So you see it from the side, it's absolutely on point. So now we'll come to the actual review of the car. That is, we'll get straight to the front profile of the car. So this is the front profile of the car. The first thing that you see in this car is the all-new grille. Now this is an all-new grille, and you have the Land Rover badging in here. And you do get all new DRLs. Now these headlights are pretty sleek, and these are completely redesigned. So coming down to the bumper, this bumper is out of the same in the last year, but this copper treatment you have is the new one. So you do see a copper treatment there, and this is basically what it looks like from the front. Now talking about the DRLs, now these are pretty sleek, and you have the throw up to 350 meters now. So these are pretty well DRLs. I mean, these are amazing. Now you also have copper treatment at the side and on the bonnet. Now this is the side profile of the car. This is what it looks like from the side. Now, as I said, it's built on the D8 IQ-D8 platform from JLR. So it is 4.8 meters long, 4.8 meters in length. So this is a pretty long car, and it's 2.8 meters with the wheelbase. So the wheelbase is 2.8 meters. So this is very well dimensioned. If you say the proportions is just on point, it is very well proportioned. So it looks pretty sleek, pretty long, and absolutely gorgeous, if you tell me. Especially in this black, in this Satrini black, it's looking gorgeous. So this is what your 3/4 would look like, and this is your side profile. So I mean, this looks amazing, especially if you see the tail lamps and the boot lamps. So this perfectly matches each other. Now let's talk about the tire profile. So the tires that you're getting in here is 255 by 50 R20, which means these are 20-inch alloys. And talking about the alloys, these are all new alloys, if you think about it, right? You don't used to get these kind of alloys in the previous Velars. Now these alloys are kind of inspired from the Discovery, not this Discovery, I'm sorry. These are inspired from the Sport, the Range Rover Sport, which is an upscale version of this Velar. I mean, there used to be reviewers complaining about it. I mean, I also didn't like the previous alloys as much, but these alloys are on point, right? These are amazing alloys, to be honest. So these are all new alloys for you, and here's your rear 3/4. Now let's talk about the boot. Now this is an electronically controlled boots. These are gesture controlled. But apparently it's not activated on this model. But in general, you do get the gesture controlled boots. So here's your boot. Now this is pretty standard boot size, right? The boot size is the same as that of the last year. This is just as much as you want, right? Now talking about this, you do get a full-sized spare wheel So the spare wheel you're getting, let's open this completely. Yes. So you're getting a full-sized spare wheel, which is a good thing. And to be honest, this is enough as a boot space in itself, right? This is all you need in a boot space. So it's awesome. Now talking about the tail lamps, I'm a big fan of these tail lamp designs, right? As I said, if you see that from the side, the headlamps, the tail lamps, these are gorgeous. Just look at that animation that you see. Okay. Now we head back straight into the engine bay. Let's look at the engine specifications. Although there is a little bit of a disappointment coming for you in here, because this car is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder inline engine. Yeah, really. It is coming with a 2-liter 4-cylinder inline engine. Now, for a car that is actually weighing you 2.5 tons, it weighs 2,600 kgs. So it's over 2.5 tons. It's 2.6 tons. It's coming with a 2-liter 4-cylinder inline engine. But anyways, this engine is turbocharged. It's a diesel engine, of course. Now this is your engine layout. This is what it looks like. This is hard plastic. This is the engine cover. And you do get the insulation in here. So this is your in general engine layout. As I was saying, this is a 2-liter 4-cylinder inline engine. Now this comes turbocharged. It's a diesel engine, of course. Now this produces around 200 horsepower, 205 to be precise, and around 400 Newton meters of peak torque. As I said, again, the misnomer is getting this on a car that is weighing you 2.5 tons. We need to see how it performs. I mean, this is my first impression, so I don't know how this car drives. I just hope, it drives better than the previous Velar. And we'll have to see the changes that come up with this. Now, this is your engine layout again. This is what it looks like. You have the front mount engine, of course. And this is what it looks like. You have the plastic cover on an engine. And yes, there you go. Let's close it. Okay, so we now get on to the rear seats, on the back seats. So the moment you enter in here, the first thing that you probably see is the rear AC ducts. So your rear passengers are temperature controlled. Obviously, this car has to offer that. Although Ranges are supposed to be backseat driven cars, okay, so here you have 14 speaker systems, and the sound quality is awesome. I mean, trust me, it's really good. But the thing is, as soon as you close the door, you do feel a bit claustrophobic in the rear seats. That's an unfortunate thing to be said, but that's what it feels like. It feels a bit claustrophobic, but at the same time, it feels premium. Don't get me wrong on that. It does feel premium. And then you do have, the thigh support, which is on point. The thigh support is good. You have enough leg room. You see the airline kind of magazine covers in here, or magazine holders, whatever you call them. And yeah, you have enough headroom, you have enough thigh support, you have enough leg room. And this is a 4-seater, of course. The thing is, the massage and the ventilated seats is not a privilege of the back seaters. Unfortunately, that's not there. So you only get the massage function and the ventilated seats only in the front seats. So this is pretty much what you see in the back. This is all that you see in the back. No massage, no ventilated seats in the back. Enough headroom and enough thigh support and enough leg room. And it is premium. It's all right. Like, it works. All right. So now let's get straight into the driver's seat. So now we are getting into the driver's seat of the 24 Velar. So the first thing that you see here is you do acknowledge the statement, the official statement from JLR on the said that this is coming with an all new design. So this is completely different, right? The infotainment screen, the instrument cluster, the gear knob, the side panel. So this infotainment screen used to be completely different. It used to have motors that used to align itself to you. But now it comes with a simple 8.3-inch screen. Now this segment has been completely redesigned, right? You do have 2 cup holders in here. And this is very simplistic. It's very simple. It's minimalistic. Way more minimalistic than what it used to be there before. Now, this is a gear knob you're talking about. This is so simple. Previously, you used to have that round gear knob which used to come up and do all sorts of dramas, and but this is a very simple gear knob. And here we have a storage option. So this is of a wooden finish. Doesn't feel very premium, but yes, it's they say it's a wood finish thing, right? But then this leather is very premium. The leather feels very premium. Coming to this part, you have the storage option here. This comes with USB port C and wireless charging. This car, of course, comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So here you have cup holders and storage, and this is pretty much what you see now. The steering also has been redesigned. So this is called Ebony, and this color is ebony with black. And here's your engine start stop function, and you see the instrument cluster has been redesigned. Now let's look at the infotainment screen. This has been an all new design again. The UI is different. It's a very simple 8.3 inch screen. So we have a product specialist who will be helping us with it. There are a couple of new things altogether with it. So the first thing that you see in this is the UI, right? It's very simple to use, and all of the things are in this one 8.3 inch screen, right? This one infotainment system will do everything in your car. So this is the menu that you see, the main menu. Now you get what is called the air quality sensor in the Velar. Right now, this is the air quality sensor. Now, this is really good, especially in cities like Delhi of lately. So you also have the other modes in which you can put your car into, especially the off-roading modes, as you know, in the Velar. Now, this is because it's an all-wheel drive. You also have the amount of power that has to be delivered to each wheels, and the kind of traction that has to be controlled. You also have the energy efficient mode. Now this is your main menu, right? Now we come to the seat massage functions. So these are your front seats. There are 5 stages of massage functions. Now these seats are electronically adjustable in here. You also get the controls on your side, right? There are 5 stages in which you can change your massage function, all the way from level 1 to 5, 5 being the most dramatic. And these are ventilated seats. Now this is the all new instrument cluster for you. There are 20 ways in which you can electronically adjust your front seats, right? Now look at this headrest. They call this bird wing headrest. Now this is also completely redesigned. They're calling this bird wing headrest. This thing does not come with a sunroof. Yes, believe me, this does not come with a sunroof. It's priced at 1.25 crores in India and doesn't come with a sunroof. All right, this is a moonroof for you. Now, talking about the controls, there are no physical buttons on this car. Except for the hazard lights, there is no physical buttons on this car. All you see is haptic touch. Now, these are haptic touch controls all over your steering. So, no physical buttons. There are a lot of people who are, not being a big fan of this, but I would say this is good. There are many brands who are switching into this. Ferrari is all about no buttons off lately with their SF90s and Romas and everything. So this is doing just fine. So all right, we'll see where we're going. We'll hop into it. We'll start driving it to see how it performs. We'll start driving it in the roads of Bangalore. So here we are inside the all-new 24 Velar. Here's the night drive that we're having in the roads of Bangalore. We'll see how it compares and how it drives. We've seen the exterior, we've seen the interior of the car. It's just absolutely on point now. Here's going to be the driving impression of the car. So the first impression is, this is subtle. This is a very subtle car if you ask me. This is very clean. Now these transmissions, although we are driving it on an auto mode now, are absolutely beautiful. We are in the drive mode now. We are
in the comfort mode itself.
In the comfort mode, of course. You also have the lane assist.
Not in India.
Not in India. Alright.
Yeah.
I think this right.
This right.
This right is it?
Yeah.
We can get into this right.
Yes, we can.
So now headlights again. These are, as you said, these are all new DRLs and they're way ahead of what they have to be. We should have probably taken the airport road, no? This is the traffic field. Very badly wished I don't. Okay, alright. Here we are. This drives so butter smooth, Shari. I
Yes.
totally adore it. Right. While we were driving automatic, now we go manual again. We are in D5. This is an 8-speed transmission. Get it again. So we will be shifting it at 3000 RPM, just like every range must be probably. We shifted to a D6. It's beautiful transmission. Beautiful. I was a big fan of the DSG transmissions. I always was a big fan of the DSG transmissions. Only unless I experienced this firsthand. Right. We are at D5, D6. There's no probably way we can do a launch control because this is going to go from 0 to 100 in 8 seconds. So that is not something we'll be experiencing. We'll be experiencing a very subtle drive, but that should be pretty natural. Alright. Here we are at T7. Excuse me, brother. You've turned on the ventilated seats.
Yes.
You can feel them.
You want me to
turn on the massage function?
Yes.
Just experience that for now. Yes, the massage functions have been turned on. The transmission is smooth. This is butter smooth. You're not experiencing. You're not doing a sports car drive in here. You're not shifting it at 5000 RPM or something. This is what it gets you at E5. The steering and the suspension is so well done. The suspension, in my opinion, is I'm a big fan of the suspensions.
Of course,
and the steering is. See, you do not expect a car to weigh 2.6 tons and be that agile. See, this is a very agile car, right? You don't expect cars which weigh over 2.5 tons to be this agile.
Yes.
Let's quickly take this to probably the best roads in Bangalore. We'll see how
best
it
traffic
goes.
roads as well, what I can tell.
Right,
24
absolutely.
miles, 7, this road will become.
I mean, you're paying 20% extra road taxes, Avinash. You cannot complain for that. Okay, here we are. D2, D3, shifting at 4000, and D4. So 0 to 100 for 8 seconds. That's pretty well done. But if you ask me, it's even if you're doing a launch control on this car, this will not disappoint you, right? Now the massage function while driving this car, it's beautiful. See, when you do that, when you accelerate, you do get that feeling of getting pushed back, just like a sports car. But getting that on, as I said, right, the challenge is getting to do that on a car that is weighing you 2.5 tons. You don't feel that weight. This is a bulky car, but you don't feel it while driving. I was pretty not so convinced for the horsepowers, but now I think it's pretty okay. So where do we take the turn?
It's here.
Here, right?
Yeah.
We enter the service area.
Yes. Initially,
Yeah, we were at the comfort mode.
Yeah.
Now let's go into the dynamic mode.
So you can convert it to the automatic mode. Yes, it's done.
Now it is in auto. Yes. We go to the dynamic mode now. Okay.
So what happens is like all the vehicle becomes behavior will be aggressive in it. Where the engine, even the steering response, AC or transmission, everything will be aggressive in it.
I can feel it. This is in the dynamic mode now.
Where even the brakes also will become very sharp.
Let's check the brakes. Yes, this does switch into dynamic mode as it says. I mean, the comfort mode gives you all sorts of comforts while driving, and then once you switch onto the dynamic mode, this is giving you the dynamic control. The car becomes much more responsive, I would rather say, rather than aggressive, because this is a very subtle car, Avinash. I mean, trust me, this is a kind of car that you really want to invest in if you want to treat yourself right.
Because
What do you go, right?
Yeah, this is well placed where in a segment of like classy segment, what I can tell.
Correct.
It's
This
not in
is
the mass segment.
Treat to yourself. You can talk about all sorts of comforts and all sorts of things, but a Range is a Range.
Yes.
And probably Velar is the best you can buy in India. I mean, you can go to an autobiography, but practical segment in India is probably the Velar that you can get.
Yeah, of course, right. In the Range Rover family, what I can tell.
Correct. This is the
Yes.
peak that the Range Rover has to offer in India. And the dynamic mode, as you said, is absolutely beast. Then we can probably explore the off-road modes.
Off-road modes, what we have is like in
Now
case
we are
of
in
auto
eco mode.
Yeah, eco mode, which will
That's
be
the fuel-saving mode.
yes.
Right.
So now you can see the total behavior of the vehicle will be totally different.
Correct.
I think even the massage got.
It's not as responsive in the eco mode as it is in the dynamic mode, as it says, right? So it's a little setback kind of a behavior for the car, right? We
So
go to
setback.
the auto terrain.
Auto terrain response is like based on the traction control, the vehicle starts to behave you, and we have the
Do we go to the right?
yes.
Okay.
And again we have about the ground clearance increases as well. So this you can.
What
do
is the normal ground clearance for this car? I just wanted to check the.
So it's 220 mm what we have. Then you can increase up to 260 mm. So
Okay.
we have up to, and the special part of this.
Now we are still in the auto terrain. Let me get to the dynamic for now because of the road. See, the car is so much more responsive, Abhinash. This is really responsive. The steering gives you all sorts of controls with you. The suspensions are a lot more stiffer than it would be in comfort mode, right? You can feel the suspensions getting stiffer, and the way it corners is pretty well because we've been seeing how well the car corners in a lot of segments. But I would say it really sticks onto the ground. It gives you that impulsive feeling. And
So initially the variant was called as like the Range Rover Vogue. Now we call it as the Range Rover.
right.
Okay. Even in that we have a standard wheelbase. Those who are focused only on the driving enjoyment.
Right. Agile. This is dynamic. This is comfort, and everything that you probably need in a city like Bangalore. I mean, if you're driving this to work, I would say yes, absolutely. Why not? So with that, my review comes to an end. It was fun driving this car. This car drives surprisingly good, as you could tell how excited I was in the video. All throughout, it performed really well. So yeah, that's the conclusion on this car. Do subscribe to my channel to watch out further updates and further reviews of the cars. We'll be reviewing a lot of cars on this channel. I'll be giving my personal opinion on this, and I'll also be giving my introduction very soon onto how I'm related to the industry, the automotive industry, and all sorts of things. Although I'm not an automotive journalist though, but I have very deep connections with the automotive industry. So yeah, stick on to the channel, subscribe to this channel to know more, and press that bell icon to be updated. Alright, thank you so much.